the rule. Call us. If your garage won't open, call us. If you need a new paint job, call us. If you try to do the work yourself and your wife won't talk to you, call us. 914-665-0106. Quick Link Construction. No job too big, no job too small. Just call us. 914-665-0106. 914-665-0106. We have the experience. Quick Link Construction.
Lovebird Records presents the newly released tribute album from Keith Cole entitled Rock With Me. It's 13 tracks including the astute cover of Delroy Wilson's Who Cares?
Who cares? Who is right or wrong? Right.
Keith Cole also sings homage to Jabi Bunny Wailer.
How does it feel to have been on the ballroom floor?
This newly released 13-track tribute album is readily available in record stores and on all digital platforms. It's the brand new album Rock With Me from Keith Cole. Pick up a copy today and help play tribute to these icons in reggae music.
Rock with me, baby. Rock with me, baby. Yeah.
CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Dine-in or takeout available. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. We're open Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Sundays, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. On Fridays and Saturdays, our seafood weekend starts from 11 o'clock. Check out our extensive breakfast and lunch menu. For breakfast, we have ackee and saltfish, corned beef and cabbage, callaloo and saltfish, corned beef and macaroni, liver or kidney, curry chicken back, brown stew chicken back, cook up saltfish, salt mackerel. Also check out our lunch specials: oxtail, cow foot, stew pork, tripe and beans, stew peas, jerk pork, jerk chicken, fried chicken, stew chicken, barbecue ribs, curry chicken, curry goats, pepper steak, escovitch fish, brown stew fish, and roast fish, jerk pork with bread, jerk chicken with bread. Plus, we have catering services available. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. We also have delivery services with Uber and DoorDash. Check us out on Instagram at CB_Jerk Center. Call us 646-294-3939 or 917-870-4088. CB Jerk Center, 150 West 3rd Street, Mount Vernon.
Honey, you know, I just get a call from Mama again. She told me she haven't received the barrel as yet. Which shipping company do you use to send it off?
Last year, no. I want to do now.
You say, honey, you know you drink too much? I bet definitely your mother you'd use the right company.
Simpson Shipping Enterprise. Weekly sailing to all destinations. In Jamaica, they go to Kingston and Montego Bay. Also ship to Europe and South America, East Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. We offer door-to-door service to Jamaica, Guyana, and England. Simpson Shipping Enterprise, 17 Mount Vernon Avenue, New York. Telephone 914-663-9216 or 914-663-9218.
Yeah, go on like a mama. You feel me, mama? I'm going to tell you something. You see Simpson Shipping? Then go Jamaica, Kingston, and Montego Bay, all over the Caribbean Island.
You're locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
Oh, they play the best music.
Number one. Best music.
When you are hungry, come to Cool Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Hi, on very good news.
Saturday morning runnings are come back this coming Saturday, September 16 at 10 a.m. on Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel. Oh no, miss it. It'll go good.
Let me hurry up and lipstick up because Saturday morning runnings coming back. You ready for me? We are ready for you. Saturday morning runnings coming back.
Hi there. Welcome back to Saturday morning runnings. You did miss me? We did miss you too, you know. Anyway, the summer over, back to business. Come join me and make we talk.
Yes, it's the return of Saturday morning runnings. Welcome back, ladies and plenty men. Yes, we're here to share. We took a little bit of holiday. We took a little bit of break. Eat some extra mango for this summer. But now we're back to share. We hope that you care. So come listen, come join in the fun. We love you all.
This is Lady D, Denise Gomez, host and producer of Inside the Zone in New York, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Join me on Mondays at 5 on Fit 96.7, FitFMJA.com, Trelawney's Radio, your life, your music, for exciting features within the diaspora. And hear what's on our minds. It's live at 5 on Fit 96.7, FitFMJA.com.
Thursday. It's Thursday. Another Thursday. I love to shout, yell. I'm not screaming. Each and every time I'm here, I'm knocking wood using my voice to say Thursday. You know how many people can't even say huh? Right now, they're connected to a machine in a hospital. They can't breathe. They can't move. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Thursday. Wadea, I'm here. Howdy. What's going on? Man, oh man, we're winding down to another weekend. It is now 17 minutes after 6 o'clock. I promise to have an engaging conversation, laughter, and much more with you. And you are going to make it work for us. So it's an all-inclusive, it's togetherness, you know, we're family, and so much more. If you're home, hi. Are you driving in your motor car? Hi. You're in your office? Hello. A beauty salon? Ha. Getting the hair done. A barbershop? Yes, you're all getting all groomed and stuff. A hospital? I just mentioned that. You're feeling a little peckish? Stopping by a deli somewhere? You know, I have to say that my shopkeepers were like my deli. I'd run up to Miss Sylvie, down to Mr. Osborne and Miss Inez, where I spent off my $50. I would have been rich today. Or I'm going around to Sister Cookie, round back road. Hello. And perhaps you're dining in a restaurant somewhere, or you just buy your Hafu, or your Saint Vincent. You buy your yam, your banana, your cocoa, and you have your salting to go home and cook. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Whatever you find yourself doing, wherever in the world you are, welcome. I am your producer and presenter, Lady D, Denise Gomez, the Jamaican lady with her Spanish last name. Welcome to another edition of Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. I'm proud to be broadcasting on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, Linkage Radio on TuneIn. We're on the app fastcast4u.com. That's FASTCAST, the digit 4, capital U.com. And on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network that has a new look on their website. Keep it going, Chris Wilby, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and Touch FM Radio 90.1 in the Bronx. And you know what? The viewers are over there on the YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. A very pleasant hi, good evening, wherever you are. Morning, noon, night. It's a good day. At 20 minutes after 6 o'clock, are you ready for another exciting show here on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect? That's what we do on Inside the Zone. It is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. Cooler Runnings. 1802 Nareed Avenue in the Bronx. Give them a call now. 718-324-7484. Did you know that Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally? The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities. Family, or perhaps you know it as family, I don't know. Health, finance, education, immigration, housing, wealth management, life and health insurance, real estate, and food insecurity. On a Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and a Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio. Well, for this evening's program, coming up, Inspirational Zone, we get our praise on with great gospel music, and New Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of this evening, PBCJ. And of course, you know, in Music Zone, we're dancing to some great selections in Collab Music Thursday. And guess what? It's the second Thursday, so it's Comedy Zone. Laughter is the best medicine. So I have to give you information. I make you laugh. I provide you with, little nuggets here and there. So the show is one of those. Just as you're enjoying one, then I'm like, zoops, over to the next. And guess what? Hortons will be very happy this evening because it's Mail Zone evening. Your emails are my priority. And I had made a public service announcement about 2 months ago that going forward, Mail Zone would not be aired every Thursday, but at 7 p.m. on a second Thursday. In Mail Zone, from the subject line, my mother's greed is costing me my marriage. So, so the inbox look like, what? No. A mangrove, something. The box is full, and people drop me notes and say, hey, you still doing it? And I'm like, yes. So I'm building as I'm, moving ahead. Building. So from the subject line, my mother's greed is costing me my marriage. Let's go with the show. 24 minutes after 6 o'clock. You ready? I'm ready. Me ready. Una ready. You're ready. You all have to give me an award for, translation. I'm translating from one thing to the next. And I'm going to brush upon my Espanol. So I'll be able to come here and speak in Spanish. Dex and I will have a conversation in Spanish, and we'll have a Spanish feature. So I'm going to brush upon the Spanish. Yep. I realize that it's necessary. You notice that those people who come from that side of the world, now we are being forced to go learn their language. And I've been dealing with a few of them pretty regularly these days. And they stress you that you have to go learn it because they're here to stay. What a thing. 25 minutes after 6 o'clock. You ready? Me ready. Let's hop on over, ladies and gentlemen, to, what is it called? Inspirational Zone, where we get our praise on. You know the telephone number. It's a new one, Yes, we have a new number. 914-297-8911. 914-297-8911. You can sing it, and you won't forget it. I used to sing to go to shop, so that's like whatever to me. Oh, pray for me. I used to sing half pound of sugar. They send me to buy sugar. Like if my grandmother run out, because, we used to go and carry home some big boxes packed with grocery. But when things kind of, slow down a little bit, hello. I gone down to Miss Cookie through the Orange Grove and I sing my list all the way back. I tell you. Are you ready? Let's get our praise on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening. I'm here with you and it feels so good. It feels so good to be here.
A blessing from above, more than a blessing. Bad mind envy. Tell them, me no know grudge. We don't know them thing there. Them wanna see me go down to the ground. But I hold my head up so strong. I believe in the Almighty One. Tell them something. I said, no one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. No one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. Tell them, say I dance and praise my God. Me a drive and praise my God. Me a ride and praise my God. Praise him. Man, if I cook, me a cook and praise my God. I wash and praise my God. I run and praise my God. Come on. I said, no one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. No one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. Who are them to talk about me, Lord? Who are them to crucify me, praise me, me a ride and praise me God. Praise him, and if I cook me, I cook and praise me God. I wash and praise me God. Everybody come help and praise me God. Remember this, me I tell them, say, no one gonna stop me from praising. Cannot stop me. No one gonna stop me from praising. Cannot stop me. Love me name now. Rest me name now. Love me name now. Rest me name now. Apart from me name now. Love me name now. Rest me name now. Love me name now. Apart from me name now. Love me name now. Find out them a carry go bring ya. Anywhere you run and go hide, gotta find you. Enough of them miss, enough of them a evil. Enough of them a flower miss, mix up in a weed. Enough of them a Satan people. Now make them look so bad, they so deceive you. Enough of them a study evil. Enough of them a bad mind people. Come on. No one gonna stop me from praising. Cannot stop me now. All the try, them a try now. No one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. Tell them say I dance and praise me God. Me a drive and praise me God. Me a ride and praise me God. Praise him. And if I cook me, I cook and praise me God. I wash and praise me God. I run and praise me God. Remember this, me I tell them son, no one gonna stop me from praising. Never stop me. Never stop me. No one gonna stop me from praising. No one at all. Who are them? To talk about me, Lord. Who are them? Where I'm come from? To crucify me now. Who are them? Say they don't like me, Lord. Who are them? Alright. Who are them? Remember this. Who are them? To talk about me. Who are them? To crucify me. Who are them? Say they don't like me, Lord. Who are them? Laugh after them. Who are them? Tell them, say.
Who are them? Huh, you hear that though? Man, what a jive, I tell you, this evening. That's 'Cause You're No One. That was a part of the Gospel Reggae 2020. Can you imagine? I'm here with you. You're here with me. That was our Inspirational Zone feature right here on the show. Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Telephone number to call. The telephone number to call me, 914-297-8911, and reminding you that you can sing the song all the way to shop. 914-297-8911, 914-297-8911. You know, and I could even create a jingle out of it too. What can I say? Good evening. Welcome to you and you. It's a good day. It's Thursday. Right now, it's time for News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of PBC Jamaica.
Thursday, September 14. In the headlines, government announces additional drought mitigation funds. In business news, gas and diesel prices are up. Regionally, Bahamas and Botswana strengthen ties. Internationally, update on Morocco earthquake as aid crews battle to reach remote villages. And in sports, West Indies Women's Australia Tour. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The government plans to spend more money to manage the cost of the ongoing drought affecting the country. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, told those attending this week's post-cabinet press brief that it will cost $150 million.
Now, it is focused primarily on eastern parishes, but where there are issues with some water systems outside of the east, we will also give residents the support that they desperately need. That $150 million will be broken down with $80 million going to the National Water Commission to increase trucking to critical infrastructure, certainly your hospitals, your schools, your health centers, and indeed homes for the aged.
The remaining $60 million will go to the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development to increase its support to local communities in the parishes most severely affected by the drought conditions. Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie said the money will go a far way in providing some level of relief and support in the affected parishes.
Outside of the announcements made by Minister Samuda, the Ministry of Local Government has been working closely with the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation in coming up with answers. And I want to make the point that the water shops that we have been building across the country, we are not saying that this is the answer to the problems of water. But what this has done is that's created an area where people can depend and get portable water without having to worry.
The Maypen to Williamsfield leg of Highway 2000 will be opened to motorists Thursday at 4 p.m. The National Road Operating and Constructing Company, NROC, says the Maypen to Williamsfield Highway project will reduce travel time from Kingston to Mandeville and other points in the west. The highway project includes the design and construction of approximately 23 kilometers of a 4-lane arterial divided highway on a new alignment and the upgrading of approximately 5 kilometers of the existing Melrose Hill bypass to a 4-lane rural arterial divided highway. 39 positive cases of dengue have been identified, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness has ramped up measures to prevent an outbreak of the mosquito-borne disease. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, in his address at a press conference on Wednesday at his offices in Kingston, reported that as of Monday, September 11, there were 316 suspected, presumed, and confirmed dengue cases.
The ministry has assessed its stock of levels of insecticide, and adequate stocks are in place currently to facilitate intensification of vector control activities in case of an outbreak, and replacement stock is also being procured. Again, persons are asked, Jamaicans, residents, to call respective parish health departments. Each parish clearly has a coordination team to request fogging in these areas as necessary, and schedules are available on the website and social media platforms of the respective regional health authorities.
Of the 39 confirmed cases, 38 were identified as a dengue serotype 2 and 1 as a dengue serotype 4. He noted that type 2 has not predominated in the population since 2010. Of the 39 confirmed cases of dengue, a total of 20 are among persons in the 5 to 14 age group.
The younger population, as stated, it is playing out based on the particular strain, which hasn't been around in a major way since 2010. And so part of the call from the Ministry of Health and Wellness is to encourage parents to treat children who have a fever with paracetamol, and to avoid aspirin and aspirin-like medications such as ibuprofen and diclofenac.
Dr. Tufton informed that the ministry has enhanced its vector control program, and additional funding of $200 million has been provided by the National Health Fund to support activities like drain cleaning in areas where the vector index is highest. Dengue fever is a mosquito-borne illness that causes a high fever and flu-like symptom. The severe form of dengue fever, also called dengue hemorrhagic fever, can cause a serious bleeding, a sudden drop in blood pressure, and death. The Jamaica Information Service, JIS, will begin accepting entries for its annual Heritage Competition on Monday, September 18. Primary, secondary, and tertiary level students have an opportunity to use essays, posters, or photographs to demonstrate their knowledge on a topical issue permeating the Jamaican society. For this year's competition, students will be asked to contribute to the discussion surrounding constitutional reform under the theme Echoes of Freedom, tracing Jamaica's path from colonialism to republic. The essay should be 400 to 500 words and will be judged on relevance to the topic, originality, accuracy, and analysis of research, data, writing style, and language skills. Essay submission should include the title page and bibliography or list of references. Students must use at least one JIS source as reference, and entries submitting using the application form at www.jis.gov.jm. The poster competition is open to secondary level students who are required to use graphics or illustrations to design a poster depicting the topic. Prizes will be awarded to the top 3 participants in each component of the competition, courtesy of sponsorship including financial and tertiary institutions, technology companies, and bookstores. For further details, persons can contact the JIS at 876-926-3590-4 or by email at heritagephoto@jis.gov.jm or heritageposter@jis.gov.jm or heritageessay@jis.gov.jm, as well as visiting the website at www.jis.gov.jm. Time now for the business report with Danita Rodney.
State-owned oil refinery Petrojam has announced increases in the price of all products effective Thursday, September 14. Moved up by $2.87, E1087 will sell for $191.07 per liter, and a liter of E1090 will sell for $195.58. Increased by $4.50, automotive diesel oil will sell for $188.34, and ultra low sulfur diesel will sell for $196.10 per liter. The price of kerosene up by $3.06 will sell for $193.68. In the meantime, propane cooking gas will go up by $3.06 to sell for $69.54, while butane will move up by $1.99 to sell for $76.34 per liter. Remember that retailers will add their markups to the announced prices. The NCB Financial Group is yet to complete negotiations with its former CEO Patrick Hilton and his deputy Dennis Cohen over the settlement in relation to their separation from the company. At the center of the negotiations is the size of the separation package for the two men who served the financial company for the last 2 years. Both men were asked to surrender over 90 million shares valued at $13.8 billion at the time of the understanding that over time they would recoup that value. However, with no agreement reached, both men were initially sent on a 3-week vacation leave on July 17, during which time they were informed they would be separated from the company, with negotiations started to facilitate that, while an interim CEO, Robert Almeida, was appointed. Now for your market updates.
And that's a wrap for News Zone, a rebroadcast of the news courtesy of the PBCJ Jamaica. Good evening, everyone. Welcome at Center Stage. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. How are you? Don't forget, you can call, say hello to me by dialing 914-297-8911, 914-297-8911. I promised you that it's Collab Music Thursday. How about some music this evening for us to just get in the groove of things, you know?
And for love's sake, each mistake Oh, you forgave, and soon both of us learned to trust, not run away.
It was no time to play.
We build it up and build it up and build it up, and now it's solid, solid as a rock.
Ashford and Simpson, they were one of my most favored couples in the music industry.
What we've got, oh, solid, solid as a rock, and nothing's changed it.
The thrill is still hot, 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 hot. Oh, you didn't turn away when the sky went gray. Somehow we managed. We had to stick together. You didn't bat an eye when I made you cry. We knew down the line we would make it better.
And for love's sake, each mistake, oh, you forgave, and soon both of us learned to trust, not run away.
There was no time to play.
We build it up and build it up and build it up, and now it's solid, solid as a rock, and nothing's changed it. The thrill is still hot, 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 hot.
Oh, knock, knock on wood. You understood. Love was so new. We did what we had to.
And with that feeling, we were willing to take a chance. So against all odds, we made a start. We got serious.
That's when turn to dust.
We build it up and build it up and build it up, and now it's solid, solid as a rock. That's what this love is. Oh, that's what we've got. Oh, solid,
Yes, it is.
solid as a rock, and nothing's changed it.
The thrill is still hot, 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 hot.
Solid, 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 solid.
Yeah, that's Ashford and Simpson for you. It's my collab music Thursday. How are you doing? What have you done all day? I'm curious. What did you do today? Did you say something, do something that made you feel as though you accomplished? Okay, something remarkable or something very simple, but it impacted someone's life. How are you? Want to say hi to everyone. It's your birthday shout out. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, somebody. Happy birthday to you, and many more. It's a wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, somebody, wherever you are. And I hope they're treating you nice, okay? If they don't treat you nice, call me, call me, and I'll deal with their case for you. How about that? Yeah. And a baby was born somewhere in the world today. We welcome life into the world. I tell you. So you got Inspirational Zone, you've gotten your news, and you got a bit of music by Ashford and Simpson, solid as rock. And now I'm taking you to a bit of laughter. And at 7 o'clock, it's Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And what did I say the subject line was again? From the subject line, my mother's greed is costing me my marriage. Oh dear. So that's what I'll be doing. And at 7:30 p.m. from the Author's Zone. So I had to kind of move this up this evening. Customarily, it's on a Thursday, but I chose to do this because I'll be interviewing Angie Williams. And Angie, she has written her book, and I have it right next to me. It's titled, In the Time of Trouble, He Shall Hide You. The first time I got the book and I saw it, I started singing, In the time of trouble, He shall hide me. Right? Sure. So we'll be talking about Angie's book, 7 Days and 7 Ways to Make a Divine Connection. And by the way, she does have her podcast, and that's the name of the podcast, Divine Connection, and she's doing very well. So we'll be talking to Angie at 7:30 p.m. And then after that, I just roll home and go to my yard. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Once again, welcome. You're just joining me. It's a pleasure having you. Don't forget our telephone number is 914-297-8911. And this coming Saturday morning returns. Yeah, and we're going to really have fun. We've been doing a lot of reruns. Interestingly, some people didn't realize it was a rerun. They thought it was a live show, and that's all right. That means the show's so good. It's so well produced. But I am glad. I'm very glad. We're all very glad. So good evening, everybody. Just want to remind you that we're coming back Saturday,
Hi, wanna hear the good news? Saturday morning runnings are come back this coming Saturday, September 16 at 10 a.m. on Inside the Zone with Lady D on the YouTube channel. No miss it. It'll go good.
Let me hurry up and lipstick up, because Saturday morning runnings coming back. You ready for me? We are ready for you. Saturday morning runnings coming back.
Hi there. Welcome back to Saturday morning runnings. You did miss me? We did miss you too, Anyway, the summer over, back to business. Come join me and make we talk.
Yes, it's the return of Saturday morning runnings. Welcome back, ladies and plenty men. Yes, we're here to share. We took a little bit of holiday. We took a little bit of break. Eat some extra mango for this summer. But now we're back to share. We hope that you care. So come listen, come join in the fun. We love you all.
When you are hungry, come to Kulu Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Kulu Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome to Comedy Zone. It's 6:51 p.m.
Just a minute. Listen to me.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Lucretia. I am not a
Correct.
Calm down, Drapers. Don't let your blood start congealing.
If you don't put back that
discipline my drapey. Yes. Wow. Oh yes. Man, you angle them woman, man.
If you were not so representing the countrified, you would appreciate my knowledge of architecture. Without
Me
the need
want
to
some
hawk
of
your
that
incest
my local show them, I know who I call me now. It's who it is.
This is what's going on.
Who?
The kidnappers come back? Worse than that, Miss Bob.
Couch.
What could be worse?
Wrong address, not couch, not live here.
Intellectual capacity.
Huh. That. All right.
Just a minute.
Excuse me.
Don't move, Miss Bobs. Hold it right there until I come.
Mrs.
Sure. Excuse me, sir. Mas Oliver said to tell you that him is disposable, but needs to take a matches.
Tell him that I'm from Star Time Productions. And he's been casted in a role.
Aye, Miss Oliver.
Me didn't know, man. Look, put on your clothes, right? Because we have to go somewhere.
Just a minute, sir. We're going inside. Because I don't want grudgeful people. Oh no, I'm not express. Come, sir. Nice news this me here, you know.
Okay, now.
Just a minute. First things first. What is your name?
Frederick Anthony Robert Tibbles. But you can call me Festus. All right, now put on your clothes.
Is where we going?
We're going to rehearse.
Rehearse for what?
Why you ask so much question? Put on your clothes.
I want to know where we're going.
You love interrogate people, eh? Get dressed.
But I'm not moving 1 inch until I know where I'm going and why.
We are going to rehearse.
Rehearse for what?
We're going into films.
Films? Like movies?
Yes, man. Hurry up. Time is money.
Tell me more.
We're going to be movie stars.
I don't believe it.
You remember Dasa?
If I remember Dasa, how could I forget Dasa? Dasa not the big foot muscular woman who used to drive the back over Mr. Brown.
You remember Dasa?
The first time they introduced her to me, you see, and she shake my hand. I nearly wet up myself. With the drinks me did have in my hand.
Well, she work at an advertising agency downtown.
Me know. Me not see her drive past my day in a heavy duty equipment truck.
Well, as she sent it to you.
Oh, so you is not no talent scout. I know your face, you know. You is a messenger.
Yes. They might do this ad and they want 2 male actors. So she recommend you and me.
Ad? What me thinking it said was a movies?
Which part you think you there? Hollywood?
You just come excite of people so with your foolishness about movies doing. And it's only like a television commercial.
Only a television commercial? Yeah, go on like you did ever on TV.
Of course me come on TV. One time one minivan did crash down a 4-shore road and me go look and television camera come down there and take me and me see myself on the news.
Why you think them the actor they get them big break?
On TV?
On TV!
Anyway, I don't think so that the commercial is very important if them allow for them truck driver to recommend weed.
Oh, you chat so? Come on, no man.
So, we have to go to audition.
Audition? For what?
So that them can test if we see if we have talent.
You don't seem to understand. We get the part already.
That sounds funny to me.
That's arrange everything. All we need to do is to rehearse.
Well, Anna, so me know it go.
How you chat so?
Because me know what me talking about. To get a particular role, them have to know your psychological and physiological characteristics.
All right, Steve the Springbud. I will tell that as you say thanks, but no thanks.
Wait, hold on, wait. Come here. It's not so that me don't like the part and me don't want it, you know. It's just that it just feels strange to me.
You want the role or you don't want the role?
What is the role?
What you mean?
What part I playing? What is my character?
Who you think you is? Al Pacino?
No. Don't say, I know what I'm doing, you know. I know about these things. And if you come to my... Let me tell you something, you see, Festus. Galang a yard, you know. Guan a yard.
Look, man, you see, what matter is the part you're playing. You understand? And the kind of opportunity that go open up for we. Look, Can you imagine the walk going to the place? And you go get your Grammy Award performance.
Academy.
Oh, jeez, man. Imagine the kind of opportunities we are going to get.
Well, you could have a pint there. This advertisement is for what?
Me no know. Me no business. Just come make we go rehearse.
Tell me something. Where is the rehearsal?
I'm in yard.
Your yard? Hold on. So your yard turn TV studio now?
No man, not like that. It's just a place where we go and we can just catch real good practice.
So how we going to go practice and we don't know what part we play?
You know, remember when you used to learn to drive? Don't you used to go stadium car park? You couldn't go anywhere else?
No.
But after you get your license, no. Don't you could have drive anyway?
Yes.
Then the same situation may I try to show you. They made you get in your local practice. You can't hack anyway.
You know, when I was at school, I hack in a play. The cow jump over the moon. Yes. I was the cow.
I can't bet how it fit the part. Anyway, put on your clothes. Time ago.
Aye. Festus, tell me something, you see. This commercial, it pay well?
Everything you do, you have to ask about money. You can't even think about the potential career this could have for you.
How much money me get in?
$600.
That no sound bad.
See to away. Come on, time ago. Put on your clothes. Move it, man.
Aye. It's what you have in that bag there.
Literatures, written material.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Rehearse with.
1 minute to go for Mail Zone.
No, man. We have A Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, and The Miser.
What does?
Literature. Classics written by the masters like Shakespeare and Malieri and them people.
Malieri? That sounds like one of them diseases where mosquitoes have.
Me no say malaria. Me say Malieri. Listen to this. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the oxlips and nodding violets grows.
Oh, yes.
Oxlips? From pipe cock to pipe rooster. From cow's lips to ox lips.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to pause. If I have the time, I'll wheel in to come again, or I'll do a replay for you. Good evening, everyone. I'm enjoying this. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to air, a few more minutes of it for you, but if I can, I will. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. I'm broadcasting this evening from the studio of Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. That is www.caribbeanvibesradio.com and Touch FM Radio 90.1. I'm also streaming live on Inside the Zone's YouTube channel. Don't forget, the show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. Call them, 718-324-7484. Place your order for this evening. You don't feel like cooking. I certainly would love to hear a good report. Are you ready for Mail Zone? Let's go.
Two hearts together, we're a harmony so right. Two sparks
It sounds so familiar, doesn't it? I tell you, it's been a while. It's been a while. Welcome back to Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And there is a letter that's in our inbox. So as I pull you down, I'd like to welcome everyone this evening to Mail Zone. And you know, on Mail Zone, it's always interesting to hear what's going on in the lives of people, right? I'm telling you, it's not easy out there. Not at all. It's not easy out there at all. So let me hop into the mail right now and share what's going on with you. From the subject line, my mother's greed is costing me my marriage. Dear Lady D, I have been married for 4 years to a wonderful man. We met through a mutual friend, and at first I did not like him because he was skinny and wore suspenders. My friends often teased me about him, and he always told me to ignore them. We dated for 6 months, and when he proposed, it was beautiful. Some members of my family were against us getting married because they felt it was too soon, but my husband was sure of his love for me, and nothing they said changed his mind. In the first month of our marriage, my mother would pop up at our home without calling to let us know. It bothered me a lot. No matter how often I told her not to, she did what she wanted. An admirable trait of his is love for family. He would console me and tell me to be patient because she missed me. I held myself together and watched her manipulate her way into our lives. As the months progressed, my mother forced her way into a relationship. On one occasion, my husband told me she called and asked him for money. I was so embarrassed. When I asked her about it, she said he is her son and she can ask him for whatever she wants. The nerve of her! I told my husband not to give her money, but he did so willingly. The most hurtful thing she did recently was to ask him to buy undergarments on Amazon. Lady D, when he told me, I almost fainted. How could my mother stoop so low, and why? Even I, as his wife, would never consider such a thing. When I approached her, she told me he had the money, so why spend it on me alone? The nerve of her! Since then, my husband and I have been constantly arguing. He refuses to listen to see that my mother is using him and interfering with our marriage. I love my mother, but her actions are wrong and disrespectful. I threatened to take the matter to her pastor, and she told me to go ahead because the pastor cannot lay down rules in her home. As far as I can see, my mother is trying to replace me. It's been weeks, and she has not been to her home. She barges into our bedroom anytime she wants. She's like a fly on a wall. I'm sick and tired of her scheming ways. As far as I can see, she's greedy, and her behavior is costing me my marriage. Lady D, what should I do? What are your thoughts? I'd like to hear your comments. Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. I just read the letter. From the subject line, my mother's greed is costing me my marriage. Why do you think her mother is being so intrusive? Why? Give me a call. Let's talk about it now. 914-297-8911. That's 914-297-8911. Mail Zone returns. Let's talk together.
So sweet.
So let me take it from the top, and I await your call. My mother's greed is costing me my marriage. Now, how can this woman be asking her son-in-law to purchase her undergarments on Amazon? And, well, she told me, like, you know, I don't have to put everything out there, but it's like her underwear and bra and some other body-hugging something. Yeah. No, man.
always.
That's not right. What do you think? You think she has an interest in her son-in-law? What is that? I'd like to hear from you. Good evening.
But see, wait.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm not hearing you. Could you hang up and dial back, please? Okay, good evening. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you. How are you?
Queen, how are you?
I'm well. I have a second caller, so could you both... All right, go ahead, King, and my second caller, please hold. Yes, sir. We'll talk briefly so that other people can get to participate. How you do, King?
Me good. Me come here like that and me move far away from her. Cross state line.
Oh, my gosh. No, seriously. Isn't that, like, underhanded and rude? Oh, no, man.
No, this is serious. No fun and joke. Move away. Just move away. Move away. Ask her husband to take her far away. She has to go take clean and whatever they come. That's all she has to do.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Take the next call.
Yes, thank you. Good evening to my second caller.
You know, in typical Jamaican parlance, but see ya.
Good evening, DL.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
We're good. What is something?
Here any how can I liberty that? I mean, that is look, lady, if you're listening, push your mother out of your house and change your lock.
No, you're not wrong. How can she just move in? She has not gone back to her home for weeks.
Push her out.
No, sir. No.
You gotta take drastic steps.
No, man.
I mean, call the police to tell them that, you need to get the mother out of here to cause a problem.
It is serious.
Mother, you have to leave.
That's bad. That's so invasive, underhanded, just unethical, everything that is wrong.
Atrocious or atrocious, whatever the word is.
Atrocious, with an A. Mm-hmm. What is something?
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey.
No, sir. She needs to
Well, that's what I was going to say. No, sir. I mean, come on. This is the case. Come on.
No, man. I mean, we've read some letters here, but this one blow me.
Oh, my goodness. Look, man, you wouldn't take this from a stranger. Don't take it from your mother.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
What kind of stuff that? That's a make a perky business. Come on. Get this woman out.
DL, you're popping words on me here. It's a long time I don't hear that one.
Boy. Come on.
It's wrong. It couldn't be wrong.
That's too mild a word. That's too mild a word.
Mm-hmm.
That's too mild a word.
That's rude. That's just wrong, man.
Yeah.
Let me take a second call, DL.
All right, good.
Thanks. Good evening.
When you get back to your music, could you play that hit from Julio Iglesias and Barbara Streisand?
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. Good evening. I'm not sure why they're bouncing out, but you may give me a call back. Thank you. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Lady D.
I was waiting on you because I know this is your show. How are you, my Hortense lovey?
Hey, Granny. When I hold a jar by her head, I swing straight out the door there.
She Rudy, Hortense.
Yes, she rude. Then when she gone in
the
bedroom.
Out of order. She barging there every...
Tell me. And she have her own house. And I said, she can't come there, no. But what she are doing in the bedroom, and I can't tell them, the man sitting by underwear there, and then she, yes, she have money, why she, he must spend it because she alone. That means I look him, I look the man too.
I think she
No, look
likes
him, that's
him.
her husband.
I think she secretly likes him. All right, hold your thought. Good
Yes.
evening to my second caller.
Good evening, Lady D.
Hi there, Pat. How are you? You and Hortense on together.
Hi, Hortense. How are you?
Not too bad. My God.
Okay. Okay. Lady D, this is very disturbing, but it's not unusual because one out of two scenarios, either the mother have a secret admiration for her son-in-law and she wants him for herself, so she feels have him ordering those underwear and stuff for her, she would like to get dressed up and display
Herself
and
for
let him
him.
know, you're the one who buy these for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So her next plan is to take that son-in-law away from
Her
the
daughter.
daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, I would grab her by her neck and throw her outside.
That's what DL said. She needs to go.
I wouldn't even wait for her to pack her clothes. I would grab her by her neck and throw her out and let her know.
That's
no,
right.
it cannot work. Because you see, it seems as if there might be some, it's an underlying issue that's going on with the mother and the daughter. And the daughter probably, she's not even aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that daughter needs to nip this in the bud.
In the bud, I agree.
Because in the first place, no, it has to be nipped in the bud. It cannot continue.
Yes.
Because the same daughter gonna get fed up and frustrated and leave the mother in the house for the husband.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yeah.
So the daughter, have to be very, very careful. She got to open up her eyes. She got to be she has to be woke. Let's put it this way.
That's
She
right.
better
So,
be woke.
guess what happened, Pat? I'm going to have to go because some calls are coming in, but they're getting bumped off. So,
Okay.
thank you
I
so
am gonna
much.
hang up.
All
gonna
right.
hang up, okay? You're
Bless
welcome.
you.
Sure. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. All right, Hortense, your final comment because the calls are coming in.
As we put in a hole, Miss Telma catch him by the head and one flash, I flash him out, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And jump on him, you know what.
All right.
And then, and they close him behind her. I lock my door.
All right.
Lock my door, she not put her foot back there.
No problem. All right, I'm going to love you and go. Good evening to you. Hello? Hello? All right, so they're going to have to give me a call back. Let me hop on. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to Mail Zone. Hello? All righty. Let's get the lines up and running again. 914-297-8911. What a mess. What a mess. I don't know. Good evening. Is my caller there? Okay. All right. I'm saying that sometimes we need to pay attention to our parents. A lot of times, out of respect, we may see something and we brush it off and say, no, sir, not my mother, you know, or even not my father. But in this scenario, it's about a mom. We can see things, you know, and just let it go on. Good evening. I don't know what's happening with the phone lines. Yes, we can see things and, you know, just say, oh, no, that's my mother not doing that. No, my mother not going to do that kind of thing. And so we let it pass. But then if we realize that it is becoming increasingly difficult to to manage. It's at that point we start to throw up our hands, because can you imagine your mother just show up? All right, so you have some mothers, they'll just show up. And you may say, Mama, why you here? Or Mommy, or even Ma, why you here? And they say, oh, me miss you, me come look for you. And you say, but you couldn't call before. And then we just tell you, say, so after me never you have to call before. And you're like, but things change now, ma'am. They're not taking it from you. They still feel that you are a child and you have to do what they say. It's very, very unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know. That's just bad. But I do apologize. I don't know what. You may give me a call again to my callers. Please dial back and let me see what's going on with the phone line, because it was working. All of a sudden, I don't know if it's all of you just knock out the poor phone. 914-297-8911. 914-297-8911. That's the number. It's Mail Zone. A very interesting letter this evening with a young woman. She is at her wits with her mother because her mother wants everything and is her husband. She wants to give it to her. Good evening to you. Okay. The calls are just chipping out. Let's see. Good evening. Oh boy. The lines are just chipping out to my callers. I do apologize. I don't know why. They were fine. Good evening. Hello. I'm not sure what's going on with the phone lines, and this is not the evening, but in the evening, the real me comes alive. Let's see. Good evening. Hello. That's weird. I must apologize. Let me, I'm trying to, good evening to you.
Good evening.
All right. Okay, welcome, MS. I was wondering what was going on. How are you?
Well, I'm listening to the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying this is the strangest story I've heard for a long time.
Can you imagine this one? When I went through quite a few, because, you know, people always send me these emails, and they know, you know, I have them on a Thursday weekly, but then I pulled back on that. So I had quite a few, so I had to kind of go through them. And when I saw this one, I'm like, you're the kickoff this evening. What's your take now, MS? Didn't this blow your mind a while ago?
It is such a strange story. I don't even know where to begin to think about this, because this is, I don't even have the right words to describe it.
Words fail you. Words
it's a very
fail
strange
us.
story. Very strange indeed. Yeah. Anyway, hope you don't get any more letters like this.
Well, there are others. There are others. But what would you say to the mother? What would you be your recommendation?
Pack our bags and go back to our own home. Do that.
Mm-hmm.
Pack our bags and go home. And keep away from too much activity with the husband of your daughter. I mean, that is just very crazy. Too much of a crazy story.
I agree.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your input.
Good, okay.
All righty, bye-bye. 914-297-8911. 914-297-8911. Let's keep the conversation going. What would you do in this situation? What would you do? But I mean, no, so some things, you don't know how to process what you hear. Because you said these things really happen, but yes, they do. Again, I always talk about the box. We may be safe in our own boxes, and somebody else's box just bursts open up, and out comes all kinds of things. But 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, if you're calling, call, because at 7:30, I'll be having my conversation with Angie Williams, and her book is titled In the Time of Trouble, He Shall Hide You, 7 Days and Ways to Make a Divine Connection. You want to know? Then stick and stay with me. You don't go anywhere. I believe DL had said he wanted Julio Iglesias and, was it? Oh dear. Let's see. Good evening to you. Hello? Somebody's calling who doesn't seem to be able to get through. I'm not sure why. But did you say Julio Iglesias, DL? Good evening. Hello? Yes, it's that number. For some reason, they can't seem to get through. Good evening. They're not hearing me, and I'm not hearing them at all. Alrighty, 914-297-8911. DL, did you say Julio Iglesias and... Yes, Iglesias and... Diana, okay. I think it's Julio and Diana. Well, that's the one I'm going to play. So it better be that one. Good evening, who is on the line? And MS got through, so I'm not sure what the story is here. Good evening. What is that now? I'm not sure what is going on. Why? Because I was able to talk to MS. But in the meanwhile, it's Collab Music Thursday.
I never had this feeling before. I never wondered anyone more. And something in your eyes tells me you feel the way that I feel like you do. If you would like to stay here all night, you know that I would say it's alright. Though I'm saying this, I confess I've got more on my mind. 'Cause I want more of you than your time. All of your body and soul.
Great choice, DL. It's a long time I haven't heard this one.
All the secret dreams you never told.
I'm still in Mail Zone.
And I'll take nothing.
4 minutes to go before I close this segment.
Everything you've never shared before. All of you that you can give. All your joys and all your sorrows. Look to the how I long to feel the warmth of your touch. And then if my life has been too much, I'd like to spend my life wandering through all the wonders of you. All the wonders of you.
Good evening to you.
Yes, Lady D, I am calling back because we just have a few more minutes.
Yes.
It would be nice to have a rational conversation with the mother, but it seems as if she's very unreasonable and you wouldn't even be able to carry out a conversation with her. So the best thing to do is to get her out of the house because she spells big trouble. Having a conversation with her, and if she don't want to leave, you get the police to get her out. She's an intruder.
Right.
She is an intruder because it doesn't make sense for her to be sticking around. She is on a fishing expedition. Something is just not right with that woman.
Yes.
And if she stays there in the house any longer, it's going to get worse. Either the daughter has to leave or the son-in-law will leave. And you can read between the lines. Something is just not right. So my recommendation is that she has to be out of the house. She cannot stay in the house with that couple.
Thank you, Pat.
And the daughter, she's going to have to make some drastic decisions. Okay?
Agreed. Thank you.
All right, lady.
All righty. Bye-bye. I have another caller online. Good evening. Hello. Wrapping up Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. If you'd like to email me your letter, email me InsideTheZoneNYC@gmail.com. InsideTheZoneNYC@gmail.com. Good evening to you.
Yes, good evening.
Hey,
How are
Angie.
you?
I'm good. Hold on, hold on.
I would say it's alright. Though I'm saying yes, I confess I've got more on my mind. 'Cause I want more of you than yours.
And as I take it down, it's now time for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And with me online is Angie Williams. Angie, how are you? How you do?
I am doing well. To God be the glory. Another day that He has kept us. Somebody said any day above ground is a good day.
Absolutely.
So it is a good day.
Yes, it is a good day. And it's a pleasure having you, Angie. We met a few years ago when you first walked through the doors of Linkage Radio, and you have since moved on. You're hosting your weekly podcast, Divine Connection, and it has been going very, very, very well, and I'm very proud of you.
Wow. Thank you for those kind comments, Lady D. And for those who may not know, Lady D has been very instrumental in my personal development. She was so kind to show me techniques in the studio, sit with me, giving me extra training. And, you know, we're a team, you know, especially when you're kingdom focused. We share successes together. So I thank you for being unselfish as well as for this invitation to today's focus.
All righty. It's my pleasure, my love. Each one help one along, right?
Absolutely.
And that's what we do. Welcome to Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. It's a special edition this evening. Customarily, From the Author's Zone would be held on a third Thursday, but I chose to have Angie here this evening with me. I'm hoping that those of you who know her will be inspired from this conversation this evening. Let me formally introduce Andrea Williams. Has always had a talent for penning poems and stories. From early childhood, her route was indicative from reciting poems in Sunday school to writing articles for events and editing books. In the Time of Trouble, He Shall Hide You, 7 Days and Ways to Make a Divine Connection, her debut book, was no surprise and was written by her at the appointed time. Simply said, her book is a simple read that will appeal to everyone, since trouble is a universal experience. As seen by her uplifting podcast, Divine Connection, Andrea is committed to using her words, spoken or written, to be a voice of inspiration. Numerous online retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Pentecostal Publishing, carry Andrea's book. Visit her website and we'll get into that. Let's start our conversation. Angie, what?
Oh, Lord.
I tell you, you ready? You ready?
I don't know if I'm ready, but here we go.
What is the significance of 7 days and 7 ways to make a divine connection?
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Trouble is the significance. I remember when I started to explore writing, I wouldn't even call it a book. We're together in journal book form. And Danielle Grant, if she's listening, I know you've had her on as well, she challenged me. I read a poem for her, and she said, you need to write something. And she encouraged me. We brainstormed, and here we are. And I tried so hard to think of a positive word, and trouble just came to me. So trouble is the significance. That sounds a little bit paradoxical. How could trouble be significant? It is significant because almost every person that we know is impacted by difficulty, they're experiencing problems. And even if you're in a utopia, in your own bubble, the world that we live in by default is extremely troubled. You just have to turn on the news. So significance of this book at this particular time is because of the unprecedented trouble that the world is facing, impacting us personally.
Absolutely. And something, as I went through the book and I saw the lines and I said, this is my journal time, which is not the first copy of a book similar to this that I've gotten, where I've had to go through and make, notes, because as you read, there is the Holy Spirit that says, remember that. And you write it down. Now, the title, In the Time of Trouble, He Shall Hide You, I shared with the audience earlier as I was introducing the segment in my introduction, and I thought of, in the time of trouble, He shall hide me, and I was doing my tambourine thing and all that. But as, but as I read the title, I said to myself, it's so familiar to many of us, this whole trouble thing, to the point where sometimes when good things are happening to us, that one, two, or third thing that is considered trouble just override all the good that is happening to us. And many people have a testimony. So tell us about the journey in writing the actual book. This little simple book here that have how many pages? 66 pages.
All right. Aren't there 66 books in the Bible? My Lord, I never thought about that till you said it.
Yes, see now?
Wow. As Lady D, as you were talking about the book and really emphasizing the fact that many times good things are happening to us, but our trepidation about trouble, or the trouble that's happening around us, seem to overwhelm, or we may even feel guilty about feeling positive when so many negative things are happening. So for me, like you said, it might be, I've seen this before. I don't want to hear anything about trouble, which was one of my apprehension in using the word trouble. But the way the Lord directed me was that He wanted humanity, His creation that He loved so very much, to understand that trouble is not meant to destroy them. It's like wearing a pair of glasses, and you know sometimes as kids we would be so eager to wear glasses. We're not wearing any glasses, and we see another person wearing glasses. They're like, "Let me try your glasses on," because you want to see through that particular lens. And I feel like this was God's way of saying, let me give you my lens, every reader of this book. And then I want you to look through this particular lens of mine and then think retrospectively, introspectively, and prospectively about all the trouble that you have faced. And then you will see it from my perspective and understand that I am there. So I would say for me personally, it's been an evolution. It was certainly birthed out of a time of trouble for me and a time of tremendous testing. You know, while we were all sheltering in place during COVID, the fact is that we were really trying to hide from death. We were trying to hide sickness. And I think during that time of COVID, a lot of significant things occurred, impacting all the listeners differently. You know, some encountered extreme loneliness. Fear was rampant, still is. The residual impact of that is still lingering. Not put a measurement on the loss. So many of new people who actually died from COVID, not to mention people who were just like they got COVID, were impacted by, contracted. Not to mention the loss of freedom, the loss of sense of reality, you know, the way we lived. And this, you're asking me my testimony. These were the things that I experienced, all these things that I'm talking about. You know, the loss of even friendships. Some people lost friendships during, you know, COVID, financial stability, and then most impacting, the loss of confidence in God. And I said, the Lord during this time started to deal with me, you know, and showed me that He uses all these negatives to bring positive change in our lives. What a contradiction.
That's true.
You know, that's really the simple message for this book.
Wonderful.
Looking at all the negativity in our lives, and from God's perspective, using those same things in God to bring positive outcomes from our lives.
Thank you, Angie. Well said. You phrased it so eloquently. Thank you. In the time of trouble, He shall hide you. 7 days and 7 ways to make a divine connection, by author Angie Williams. Now, you know, as we are sharing similarities and alluding to experiences that people may have had, I'm thinking to myself that from the author's eyes and her pen, as you wrote it, who were you thinking of who would have benefited most from getting a copy and actually reading it, making notes as they read?
Wow, it's an interesting question, and I don't want to give a cookie cutter answer. To be quite honest, I think this is a very broad reach. My nephew is a teenager, and I remember, you know, I would say to him, you know, what do you think about this? You know, and he would give me his feedback, you know, and I had other persons along the way who were around me from various different, you know, disciplines and spheres. So I feel that this book will benefit everyone who will read it. That's the catch. If you read it, you will benefit from it. This is not gender specific. That's why I didn't want to call it a journal. A lot of times journal leans towards the female gender. It's not age specific. If it's a teenager, a young adult, a senior, a church person, an unchurched person, a person who went to church but no longer goes to church, there are no racial barriers in this book, as long as the reader can read English until we get this translated to other languages.
Yes.
But I am confident, you know, that they will benefit. Why? Because it's God-centric and it's word-based. So these words, I find myself as just the conduit. But I believe that the inspiration certainly was from God. And whatever God touches which is the end user, they will benefit from
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Yes. That's the operative one word, two word there, whatever God touches. And it can't go wrong. Once he signs off on it, you're good to go. Now let's talk about day 5. I'm sure day 5 stirred painful memories for your readers. And, you know, I find that it was, in my estimation, most profound and my most favored chapter. The trouble of bad news.
Yes. Wow. Even just hearing those 2 words bring an emotion. I think everybody who's listening, when you hear those 2 words combined, it's amazing. There's good news and there's bad news. The second word is the same. The first word changes and changes everything, or emotions. I would say bad news is distasteful. It is putrid. It's nauseating and debilitating. I didn't mention it in the book, but I will share very quickly just a particular experience. I remember it was around Thanksgiving. I was on my job. My aunt had gone into the hospital to have a particular procedure. And she went in the Friday. Surgery went well. I was there. And she recuperated over the weekend and was discharged on the Monday. I went to see her. We were excited. She was home at my job downstairs because it's Thanksgiving and we had a potluck. And then I get a call. I run upstairs to my office and it's my mother on the phone, and she said to me, Angie, and she called my aunt's name, that she wasn't feeling well. So I said, put her on the phone. And I put her on the phone and I heard her gasping for air. I heard so I told my mom, call the EMS. And I called my cousin, whose mom it was. I said, this is the situation that's happening. And I put the blinds in the office and I started praying. I started to pray. And then I ran out to the hospital. They took her to the emergency room. And I remember I got there. It was crazy. I ran past the people in the waiting room into the room, and I saw them pumping and drink. And then I remember the doctor says, time of death. And he called the time. And in that moment, because there's the bad news that you hear through the phone, through Facebook, but then there's bad news that you actually experience in full-blown impact. See it unveiling right in front of you. And I think times when we go through those things, we feel like, how could God allow this?
Yes.
So that's where that part came from. So you need to read the book to see what kind of positive perspective will be taken on bad news.
Absolutely. So it's time, as I would like to phrase it, it's time for the author's reading segment. I'm sure you have your book there, Angie. What are you going to read for us?
Yes. Okay. All right, listeners, don't judge me. Just listen. My English teachers, from St. Hilda's. Oh, my Lord. Here we go.
Okay.
I selected the chapter 4, or day 4 rather, about uncertainty. So this is an excerpt. I'll read a short excerpt here. It says, uncertainty is an unpleasant emotion or term to even think of or express. It leaves a terrible taste in our mouths because none of us like being uncertain. It almost seems as though it conveys a certain sensation that goes against human nature. We will take any measures necessary to avoid, eliminate, or otherwise control this unsettling emotion. To be honest, it seems like uncertainty lurks somewhere deep inside our bellies, no matter what we do. When dealing with challenges, it suddenly rears its ugly head. Uncertainty is annoying, but it can only be eliminated through prayer. It cannot be ignored with distractions like music, conversation, social media, or even preach sermons. It affects the immune system negatively, weakening the body and mind like a virus. It finds its way into your appetite as well as your dreams and thoughts. Sometimes we feel sick to our stomachs when uncertainty enters our lives and sticks at the back of our minds. Knowing the facts or having certainty is the only thing that can ward off doubt. Yet depending on the circumstance, we may occasionally want to know or not want to know, which is uncertainty in and of itself. While we are in the vice grip of uncertainty, pure joy, hope, and even our peace are squeezed out. The what-if syndrome is constant and proudly displays itself in front of us, sending our fears soaring while we observe from the stand. God wants to intervene at this point because we instinctively know that only God has the power to alter any situation we're in a way that is favorable to us in this life or the one hereafter.
Wonderful. Thank you. Awesome. And that is so true. But you have said it all. I don't really need to add anything to that. But I know that, even as a young author coming up, everybody has a beginning. So I want to get personal with Angie this evening. And I want to ask you where you're from and what were your childhood experiences like.
Lord, oh my goodness, you're taking me back.
Take me back, Angie. Take us back.
All right, so no surprise here. I was born in the sunny island of J.A., Jamaica, from the Garden Parish of St. Anne, the home of Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Okay.
Bob Marley, too far from that. I migrated to the U.S. as a teenager just after high school, and I went to 12th grade in the States and, followed hereafter with all my other studies. For me, childhood was really all about church. I thought about what else could I say? But if I were to say anything else, it would be true. My mom sent me to Sunday school. She was a Methodist. She didn't attend the Pentecost church. My grandmother was Methodist, but my grandfather was Pentecostal. And after he died, I was 7 years old. I remember that. It was very impactful because I remember him. And, I went to Sunday school, just loved the Bible stories. I enjoyed the fellowship of friendship. I was always an outgoing person, very friendly, very engaging. I would be that one that would do recitations. That's what they would call it. That I used to also dance. I was a great dancer, a great actor, and the dance then was more folk-driven, meaningful. I remember doing I think it was called the maypole dance. I remember even dancing for tourists. So I feel like I was always a people person. So as I became more established in my walk with God, it shifted me to being an encourager. People are sick because my family has suffered loss and tragedy, and this started from very early. So you're asking about childhood. So it was always there to encourage, to motivate. Just to bring cheer, if I could, even through humor. I was always considered to be funny. I remember when Oliver Samuels came out with all those, different series. I would do, try to imitate, his line, But, I believe this is my purpose for the book, just to encourage anyone and everyone who would read it while at the same time glorifying God. So childhood was really about friendship, church, and fellowship.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we've gotten to know a little bit more about you, and we appreciate you. Please share with them how they can get a copy of the book.
Anyone interested, you can get a copy of the book on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or Pentecostal Publishing House. And you could go to the website, divineconnectionaw.com, and you can find that information there. So, and then it's a handbook, and it's very handy. And trouble, is on 3 tracks. You're either in it, you just got out of it, or you're about to go in it. So I say keep the book handy. Sometimes it may not be relevant to right now, but it might be relevant to then. And when you're finished with it, recycle it. We shouldn't only recycle plastic bottles and recyclable.
That is right. I like that pitch. But certainly you have really, expounded on the objectives of the book, why it is essential for us to get a copy, and that it is a faith-driven piece. So I'm looking at multiple scriptures as you write. You are tying in the scriptures, which is so important. So you're not just writing off the top of your head. And I'm very happy for that. Now, before you go, I do have a fun segment here. I don't know if you know of it. A fun segment. Let me see if somebody wants to say hello to you. I'm hoping they do. Good evening. Welcome. Hello? Hello? All right, let's keep.
Hello?
They're not there. Let's keep moving, Angie. All right, so it's a fun segment. 1 word answers only. So if you give me 2 words, we're going to have a challenge.
Problem.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Hold your thought
Oh,
a
Lord.
moment. Okay. Yes. If you do that, we're going to have issues. Right? So, all right, let's go. 1 word answers only. First word, life.
Everlasting.
All righty. Second, trouble.
Now.
Journey.
Tomorrow.
Confidence in God.
Always.
High school.
Graduate.
Writing.
Pen.
Performing arts.
School.
Friendship.
Together.
Church.
Praise.
Fellowship.
Great.
In the time
That
of
was a tough. That was a tough one.
You're doing very well, though. In the time of trouble.
Purchase.
That's right. And finally, Angie Williams.
Encourager.
Wonderful, Angie. You did great. In the time of trouble.
That took by surprise. That took me by surprise.
Well, that's the idea. In the time of trouble, he shall hide you 7 days and 7 ways to make a divine connection. Author Angie Williams. Oh, Angie, I wish you nothing but love and blessings, and that this book
I
will
love
sell
you.
off.
Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you for hosting me, and thanks for all those who connected to support me. And may God bless you, Lady D, and all that you do consistently for His kingdom. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're
God
most
bless
welcome. It's been my pleasure. Walk good, Angie.
Yes. Yes, you too.
All right. Bye-bye. All righty. Who do I have on the line? All right. So 914. Oh, dear. Let's see. My apologies. Good evening. Is my caller there? It appears this telephone system is quite sensitive to some or a few telephone numbers. I'm not sure what's going on here. Good evening. Zilch. But you know what? It's 3 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock, which means it's time for me to go up, to go on up, to go along up. So let's see if I'm successful. Good evening. Are you there? Yes, there's apparently doesn't recognize, or when multiple calls come in, it gets all clogged. But nevertheless, I appreciate the fact that you're trying to make connection with me. Quite possibly you wanted to say something to Angie, but I do apologize. Nevertheless, it has been a good evening, and I'm enjoying myself when I come here. I tell people, you see, when I leave work or wherever, and I come and take a seat here in this chair, here in Linkage Radio Station, that has been around for so many years now. I'm a whole new person. Seriously. I mean, by nature, I'm all right, But you see, when I get behind the microphone and I start to talk and I'm visualizing who is listening, and I create images in my mind and I'm communicating with the image, me good. If I come here and I'm blank, the show going to flop. Nevertheless, I am well, and I give God thanks for the gifts and the talents that He has blessed me with. As I listen to Angie, my grandmother introduced me to stage. No joke. I was maybe 7 or 8. She carried me up to Frankfield Primary School. She was asked to be the MC. I tell you, I'm like my grandmother and my grandmother's granddaughter. And she gave me a poem and I swat it off. And she called me up, man, and I stood up, I looked at all these people, and I was not afraid. And I recite my recitation, as Angie said. Hi. I tell you, it's a long time I'm on stage. So, it's been my pleasure hosting the show. Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect, right here on Inside the Zone with Lady D. I just feel to play. We weren't able to complete the song that DL had requested, so I'm going to just do that and kind of ride out the show this evening. What you think? What you think? I had a good time. Hope you did too.
This feeling before, I never wondered anyone more, and something in your eyes tells me you feel the way that
I feel like you do. If you would like to stay here all night,
no, go on home.
You know that I would say it's alright.
Not a good idea.
Though I'm saying yes, I can.
You hear them getting into people them songs.
'Cause I want more of you than your time. All of you, your body and soul. Every kind of love you can express. All the secret dreams you've never told. Everything, and I'll take nothing less. All of you as long as you live.
Boy, I tell you, Julio, though, Julio, if Julio just simply stand up before you and just say a word, that's it.
All your joys and all your sorrows.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
How I long to feel the warmth of your touch. And then if my life,
I wish you nothing but love and blessings. And I'm looking forward to be back here on Monday with the Monday Drive. Keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Tons of blessing, everybody. Thanks to Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, Touch FM Radio 90.1, and my sponsor, Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Please support my sponsor. Could you please? Thank you.
everything you want is love to me. I want all of you, all that you can give. In return for all you're giving, let me give you
Thank you, Pat. Have a blessed evening, everyone. Me gone up, no, me a come gone up, me a galang up. You know, each time I say that, I think of Auntie Daff. I'll be going to see her hopefully this weekend. But blessings, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, because you know I show off and say with my show off self. My weekend begins with you today. So thank you so much. It's been my pleasure hosting another edition of Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Love, love. Mwah. I'm out of here.
When you are hungry, come to Kulu Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Kulu Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Oh, plead my cause, oh Jah. I don't know Junex I represent for Linkage Radio, 104.5 FM. I deaf them.
New York, I introduce the best ice cream factory located in Mount Vernon, 408 East Sanford Boulevard. Call and place your order at 914-699-1349. We also do